Hello. We are here with a very special game. Blacklist, Splinter Cell, Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell Blacklist. And I chose this game because after 7 years from its launch, it looks absolutely amazing. And you have to keep in mind that this is 1080p resolution. Yeah, it's true. Everything is on ultra, including the quality filters like AF and AA, but it's 1080p. Imagine how this game looks in 4K resolution. I was trying to install this game on the mothership, but different systems. The game is pretty old, so I'm encountering facing all kind of issues, technical issues, errors, and I hope that I'm gonna be able to fix them, to fix everything. And yeah, I hope I'm gonna create a benchmark with the 2080 Ti as well. But I was saying that is a very special game for me because I remember that 20 years ago I've started to build my first gaming rig, and after 2 years in 2002 it was launched the first Splinter Cell, and that game absolutely destroyed my gaming rig, which I thought back then that is unbeatable. Well, the first game from this series came out. It was simply called Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell. I was using Northwood Pentium for Northwood 2.4 gigs. I think 128 megabits of RAM, FX5 200 from NVIDIA, 128 VRAM on 128 bits. Yeah, it was a pretty decent graphic card, but I was not in. I was not able to play the first Splinter Cell on better resolution than 800 by 600 with medium quality settings, which for me was like a big hit in my manhood. Yeah, back then we were like comparing our systems, and it was a badge of honor in the neighborhood who had like the best system. So probably it happens even today. I don't know exactly what the kids, what today's kids are doing, or what kind of hobbies they have, but this is what we were doing back then. So yeah, the first Splinter Cell in this series crushed my system. Then when the second one was released in 2004, I think it was called Pandora Tomorrow, I was ready. I've upgraded not the CPU. The CPU was strong enough. I've upgraded my RAM to 256. Was a big deal back then to jump from 128 to 256, and I've managed to get my first high-end graphics card from NVIDIA. It was a FX505DV from ASUS, and basically when I had that first ASUS in my hand, even today I'm using ASUS alone. So for most of my components I'm using ASUS. I have two RTX 2080 Ti and Sly, which is absolutely useless, but they are ASUS. My monitor is ASUS. My motherboard is ASUS as well. Anyway, let's go back to this game. We have to take a very good look at this game and understand that this Microsoft Flight Simulator made by Ubisoft Microsoft, or how you want to call it, Microsoft and Ubisoft together, or I don't even know if they are the same company when they are producing a game, but if Ubisoft is involved in that, if they are creating a game, you have to be sure that it's gonna be a masterpiece. So get your system ready, because I don't think we have any chances to play that game in 4K resolution with everything on ultra with a single 2080 Ti, especially if the slide is not relevant. So yeah, I was amazed by how this game, how good this game looked, and I wanted to see. It was like remembering time. Wow, Sam Fisher. Yeah, Sam Fisher command. It's absolutely amazing. And look at the frame rate, which is pretty embarrassing. Uh, of course, if you take off the filters, the quality filters, most of the time you will hit like 80 frames per second will be like the average frame rate. Um, yeah, they are very demanding, especially AA filter is bringing the system down. But it's just a gaming laptop, and I think, yeah, I didn't even plug the laptop, so oh no, I did because if you don't plug your laptop while you're gaming, the frame rate is absolutely terrible because the system has this thing to protect your battery, so it's not using the graphic card, and the CPU is not using same amount of power as they should be. So yeah, look, 100 and something frames per second in this kind of settings, I think, is more than decent. But you can only imagine how well, how amazing this game looks in 4K. That's the reason why I want to do somehow. I don't know exactly. I told you I'm facing all kind of errors on the other computer. So, but hopefully I'm gonna manage to solve them, and I'll be able to test this game in 4K as well. It looks amazing. It looks amazing. Actually, the plan was to benchmark this game only on the mothership, not on the laptop. But when I've started to have those errors and all kind of issues, I was solving one, I was getting another one, and so on and so on. I said, okay, let's do it on the laptop, and that's it. I think it's something related to the refresh rate and with the resolution as well, and with there are some DirectX issues. I'm not sure because on the laptop I didn't have any kind of errors, and it's the same DirectX, but resolution and refresh rate are different. And I've read on a forum that this game is very sensitive about these two things: high resolutions and high refresh rates. But hopefully, I'm gonna manage to sort things out. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.